Today on Dave Eats the World, we're going to be making no-knead focaccia. Have you ever wanted to make bread but don't have a fancy stand mixer, or don't know how to? Then this video is for you. Freshly baked bread is one of the best things in the world. The smell of freshly baked bread coming out of the oven is intoxicating. The unbelievable texture of the crust and the chewiness of the inside when you bite into it is to die for. If you're used to the typical supermarket white bread, then this might ruin your life with how good it is. Let's get started. In a mixing bowl or any large bowl, put in 500 grams of bread flour. Add in 10 grams of salt and 1 heaping teaspoon of yeast, around 4 grams. Mix everything together with your hand or a whisk until everything is well distributed. Next, we'll add in 400 grams of water. With a wooden spoon, mix everything together for around 3 to 5 minutes until everything has mingled nicely. Add in a tablespoon and a half of olive oil and continue to mix. Once we're done mixing, cover your mixing bowl with cling film and let it proof at room temperature for an hour. After an hour, you can see how our dough has risen and doubled in size. We'll continue proofing the dough in the fridge for at least 24 hours. Putting the dough in the fridge slows down the proofing process and lets the dough develop more flavor. After 24 hours, pour some oil on your quarter sheet pan and spread it throughout the bottom and sides of the pan. This will prevent the dough from sticking. Next, we'll transfer our dough to the pan. Try to scrape most of the dough from the bowl so nothing goes to waste. Oil your fingers so that the dough won't stick as much. Using our hands, we'll be shaping the dough into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once we're done shaping, oil the top of the dough and cover it with cling film. You will let the dough proof for 2 hours on room temperature, stretching the dough to the size of the pan every hour or so. After 2 hours, this is what our dough looks like. Oil the tips of your fingers with the excess oil in the pan. We will stretch the dough a final time before baking. Sprinkle some flaky sea salt on top and we're ready to bake. In a 450-degree oven, place your sheet pan on the middle rack and let it bake for 25 minutes until the top is golden brown. After 25 minutes, take out the pan from the oven and leave it to rest for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of resting, transfer the focaccia to a wire rack. This prevents the bottom of the bread from getting soggy. After a few more minutes, it's time to slice it up. You know everything turned out great if the crust is this crispy. With more than 24 hours of proofing, the inside of the bread should be fluffy, like this. The bottom of the crust has browned out nicely as well. It's time for the taste test. It's crunchy from the top and bottom and deliciously chewy in the center. The pops of saltiness from the flaky sea salt bring out a difference in flavor to every bite. This is one of the easiest breads to make at home and I guarantee that you'll enjoy it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. I'll see you on the next one.